Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a quick look here at Ethereum. I'm just going to check some hard fork data from the past, kind of show you a little bit more about what that looks like and the specific dates. I've already highlighted those on the charts and just kind of recognize what might happen statistically moving forward here for tomorrow's hard fork essentially, and kind of see what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that, and obviously a little bit more as well. We want to also pay attention to the overextension that we have here, as well as just generally what the overall sense of Ethereum looks like. So if you're new to the channel, just know I love teaching people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today. I've got a trading academy, community, and signals group if you want to check that out. Link down below. Now, when it comes to the RSI, we are kind of trending between 50 and 70. Awesome stuff there. That's pretty much just giving us consistency, knowing we're on the right side of the tracks. Same thing with the MACD as well, even though we're potentially going to diverge here, and it looks like it's on the horizon, could very well bounce too. So there's no real certainty there until it actually does close and continue lower. We do have a potential double top here as well, something to kind of pay attention to. So the price session could pull back if it were to. I would say low 1800s would be realistic, because any previous time we've seen the hard forks, they've been fairly volatile in the sense that we've had larger candle wicks and candlesticks on those days. So let's just go ahead and jump right into that so you can kind of see. Let's go ahead and scroll on back here, taking a look at the most recent here. We're looking at September 15th and September 6th. And I apologize, I don't have the specific names or titles for these, but I know that when I researched them, these are all the dates specifically on the listing. And what we can see here is, of course, a pretty strong red day. The very last time we had that hard fork, we're looking at about a 12% correction. Now keep in mind that was a bad day for the market. It's not just dumping on this really good days, for example, but it's still absolutely overextended right now, and it could lead to us to a situation where the price comes down. Okay. That being said, 12% correction there. We've also got a correction roughly from top to bottom. I think that's working somewhere in the range of 9 to 10% as well. So we've got some pretty healthy corrections there. We can see this one isn't super magnificent, but it is still a correction nonetheless, which is somewhere in the range of about actually 13%. It's a lot larger than I expected. So as you can see, there's some pretty volatile days, but those are 3 red days in a row. We've got, somewhere in the range here. Let's go ahead and just double check. Right at about 10% for that correction, which is our 4th red day. There's a 5th red day here as well, right there with a top to bottom 9%. So we're averaging somewhere between 9 to 12, 9 to 13% of a correction to the downside when it does so. Keep in mind, those are the most recent ones ever since October of 21. You got to keep in mind there are some green days too. These are some healthy green days as well. Those are a little bit older, but we have some decent 10 to 15% days as well. But if we were to add these up, I've added them all up here essentially. And again, this is only last 2.5 years. This is a perpetual contract. This is based on Bybit's perpetual trading, their futures essentially. So what it doesn't really take into consideration the spot. Obviously goes way back a lot further. But in the last 2.5 years, 6 out of the last 9 hard forks have been red. Okay, so statistically probable for the price action to come down tomorrow, especially based on the fact that we are somewhat on an uptrend. We're nearing the end of that uptrend, so to speak, hitting a resistance level there, or at least potential new support with Bitcoin. But again, we've double tapped this resistance level here, right there at about 1945. Okay, so it's a good chance. I would say, I'm not a gambling person, but if I was a gambling man, I would say that the downside would seem much more likely here for Ethereum than it coming up. Again, statistical probabilities, that's really all this is. So you tell me, what do you think is going to happen? Comment below, and I'd be happy to hear what you have to say there. But that's pretty much the extent of it, the overall big picture. I have looked at Ethereum as well, and just keep in mind on smaller time frames, there are a few other reasons why the price could come down. We have a MACD divergence in the 4-hour. We are overextended to the upside as well on the hourly and the 4-hour. You can see, look at this here. We've hit a 9 on TD sequential previously. Both times we topped out at that 1942 resistance wall, and look at what happens as a result of it. Okay, we have a natural correction from top to bottom, somewhere in the range of about 5%. We're already about halfway there. We're about 3%. So hypothetically, we at the very least come down to 1840, 1830. So to me, I'm going to be looking at a potential short here for Ethereum regarding that, and hope for the best, right? So that being said, that's pretty much where we're at there. Hopefully that was clearful, clarity, gives you some clarity, and helpful, of course. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again so much for watching. Look forward to working with you if you want to become a better trader. Again, cryptocash.tech is the site. We'll see you in the next one.